In this video, I'll give you a complete guide on everything you need to know on using AI for Amazon KDP. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, my name is Sean, and I've built and sold a 7-figure Amazon KDP business, and now I'm building my second KDP account. So if you want no BS publishing advice from someone who's actually doing it, then make sure to subscribe. And if you want a completely free training on how I built a 7-figure publishing business, then the link to the free training is in the description below. All right, so this is going to be a complete guide to using AI for Amazon KDP, whether that is ChatGPT, whether that is MidJourney. This is what you need to know before you start using it to create your books. Now, a quick disclaimer is AI is constantly changing, and this is what we know as of July 2023, but what we talk about here could change in the future. Okay, first let's talk about AI text generators, and you can use other AI softwares as well, but mainly people use ChatGPT for this. Now, when it comes to Google side of things, Google actually announced that using AI is okay, but you have to add the EAT. EAT stands for expertise, authority, and trust, meaning you can use AI to generate the content, but you have to add your own input and your expertise into it. And if you're just copy pasting from ChatGPT straight to Google, that is considered spam. Which you can see here, it says, using automation including AI to generate content with the primary purpose of manipulating ranking and search results violates Google's spam policy. And what do they mean by primary purpose of manipulating ranking? Typically, it's people who just spam a bunch of copy-pasted content using ChatGPT to produce a mass amount of content without no editing, no adding value, and they just publish a bunch of articles like that on Google. So that is considered spam, and it's gonna be the same with Amazon. There are also people talking about how content generated from these AI tools are going to be watermarked, so it'll be a lot easier to detect that it's generated from AI. So this is from Content at Scale. You can see that with AI watermarking coming on the scene and the need for a ChatGPT detector, you should be aware of AI detection scores for your content. So that was for Google, but what about Amazon? So Amazon has not released the official statement, but I think they will take a very similar approach to Google. That is that you can use AI to help you write the book, but not use AI to write the book for you. Which means even if some parts of the content is generated by AI, as long as you add your own stories, your experience, or just telling that information in your own words rather than just copy pasting, then that should be fine, as you're making the content your own. The issue is when you copy paste from ChatGPT and publish a book without any modification. These 100% AI content may pass a KDP review now, but I'm not confident it will in the future. So what should you do? Well, you should take these following steps after you generate the content on ChatGPT. One is to always fact check the information because the facts are often wrong. Second is to always rewrite the content, never copy paste, and try and add as much of your own input as possible. Third is to check for plagiarism, because I did hear stories of how AI generated content is still getting detected by a plagiarism scanner. So you can use tools like Grammarly to check for plagiarism. And a question I get often is, should you use AI content detectors? Now, there are different tools like Content at Scale and also Originality.ai. Originality.ai is a paid tool, but it is probably the most accurate one out of all of them. And this is the detector that I use. The problem is, even with Originality.ai and of course with other AI detectors, it's still hit or miss in terms of them accurately detecting if your content is actually AI generated or if it's human written. So I would not get hung up on the actual percentage that you get from these AI detectors, and instead just focus on the fact that every time you generate content on ChatGPT, you should rewrite the content. Don't just copy paste it. It's as simple as that. And as long as you do that, you should be fine. Now, right now, people are copy pasting ChatGPT content, creating a book on it, and right now it's passing the KDP review. But you will never know when Amazon decide that, hey, this is actually not okay, and they go back to all the books that they've approved in the past and start blocking them, or if not, banning your whole account if you have a ton of books like that. So don't take any shortcuts. Once again, it's as simple as rewriting the content and you're good to go. All right, next let's talk about AI image generators. So now we're talking about something like MidJourney. The first thing you got to keep in mind is you want to avoid using trademarked terms in the prompts, because as we know, MidJourney learns from other images online to create their own image. So if you use trademark phrases in the prompts, it will pretty much create an image very, very similar to a trademarked term. So in this case, I used coloring pages for kids, character like Lion King in the jungle, cartoon style, thick lines, low detail, no shading, AR 911. And because I put character like Lion King, and I wasn't even thinking the Disney character Lion King, but I did use the phrase, and that's why I created this image that looks very, very similar to the Lion King character. So I'm pretty sure if I use this, then I will run into a trademark infringement issue, even though it looks slightly different. Now, the next thing you got to keep in mind with these AI generated images is that you cannot copyright these images as is because it's considered public domain. Now, the US Copyright Office came up with an official statement in February that AI created images cannot be copyrighted unless you modify it. So that is the key, is if you do modify the image, then you can copyright it. So the question is, how much modification is required? Can you just generate the image, upscale it a little bit, change aperture, and bam, is it enough modification to the point where you can copyright the image? Well, probably not, because if you have experience using images from Canva or Creative Fabrica or other stock image sites, they always tell you that if you want to use it for commercial use, then you have to modify the image. This is a page on Creative Fabrica. This is their license page. And you can see that if this is the original design, what is allowed is this: when you combine one element with another, add some text on it, and now it's a whole new image. It looks completely different than the original image that was downloaded, compared to if you just take one element and put it on a product straight up like that with no modification, then that is prohibited usage. And although this is for, stock images, this is for commercial use, I believe in terms of how much modification is required, I think it applies to MidJourney AI images for copyright as well. I think the US Copyright Office will follow a similar rule when it comes to how much modification is required. Let me give you another example here. So this is the original image. If you take this and paste it straight into a product, then that is not allowed. But if you take this, you change some colors and add some little flowers around, then that is enough modification to be accepted. So I think to be on the safe side, if you do want to copyright your images, then you should follow a similar rule. Now, you should also reverse image search your images to make sure that there are no duplicate images online already, because as we all know that MidJourney learns from other images, right, to create their image. So perhaps there might be a slight chance that they create an image that is close enough that it gets detected by this reverse image search. So this is just an extra precaution that you can take to make sure that does not happen. I think the chance of this happening is very, very low, but might as well be on the safe side. So all you have to do is go to TinEye, and this is a free website. Click on upload here. And after you upload the image, click on search, and you can see how many matches. If it shows up as 0 matches, that is good because your image is original. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that having copyright for your image and having commercial use is two separate things. You don't need copyright for the image to use it commercially, and that is pretty much how everybody does it when they use images from Creative Fabrica, Canva. They never really have copyright, but they can use it commercially. So the question is, can you use MidJourney images as is, even though you don't have any copyright? And the answer to that is, I believe so. I cannot guarantee anything, but I will tell you that there's a lot of people doing it. They have no issues and they're making a lot of money. So my personal opinion is you should always try and modify your image as much as possible. But I understand that if you're generating coloring book pages as an example, those are pretty hard to modify. Now, if you want to use MidJourney images commercially, then you do need a paid plan with them. Another thing to consider is some of the images that you generate on MidJourney could be stolen because it all shows up on the same Discord page, so people can look at your images, and if they want to take it, they can. Although I don't understand why they would do it, because they can also generate their own image on MidJourney. But for that reason, investing into stealth mode, which means nobody can see the images that you generate on MidJourney, could be a worthwhile investment. If that's the case, you do need a pro plan or the mega plan. So the pro plan is $60 a month. But I think it's smart to be on the safe side, and $60 a month is not bad at all. So here's everything we know about using AI for Amazon KDP books. And this is the bottom line, which applies to both AI text generators and AI image generators. Is that as long as you make the content you generate your own and you're not just copy pasting it, then you should be fine. But hopefully Amazon comes out with an official statement very soon. Now, I believe if you know how to use AI correctly, then it's absolutely amazing for Amazon KDP and our business, because now you can create books cheaper and way faster, and it just opens up so much opportunities for us. But the key is to know how to use it correctly. So I am experimenting with AI a lot, and as I learn more, I will keep making videos for you guys. Also, in my complete publishing course, The Road to Hero, there is a bonus low content and medium content mini course inside, and we're planning to also add a lot more AI lessons to keep up with the changes. But if you guys want to check out the course or the free training on how I built a 7-figure publishing business, then the link is in the description below, as well as all the tools and resources that I also recommend. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.